Right, so today's a brew day. I'm running late. Currently at 90 degrees, we're getting there. Today I'm doing an American brown ale. Just quickly go through the recipe. So we got 56.2% Pilsner, 10.5% brown, 10.5% Munich 1, 10.5% flaked oats, 7% crystal malt, that's the 120, 3.5% carapils, and 1.8% chocolate. And it looks like chocolate. I've decided to go with American hops, so I'm going with the 3 C's: Columbus, Cascade and Centennial. And I just want to say a big thanks to everyone on BrewTube. I did a poll because I wasn't sure which yeast to use for a brown ale, but I already had in my head the yeast that I was going to use, but I just wanted to see what everyone else thought. I'm going to pause it and try and find it. That took me a while. Okay, so a majority of you, 37 people said SO4, 16 people said USO5, 7 said Nottingham, only 3 said Mangroves Jack MO3, which is Nottingham brown ale yeast, so I'm surprised. Sorry, what's it called? Newcastle brown ale yeast or something like that. Only 3 of you went for that one. And then there was one guy in the comments, so I'll give a shout out to him. Josh Elvin. Shout out to Josh Elvin. He said he recently did a brown ale. Well, we did 2, and he did one with Nottingham and one with Windsor. So, Windsor was the yeast that I had in mind anyway. Windsor is the yeast I'm using because I live near Windsor, and I thought, hey, why not? So I'm going with Windsor. But thank you very much everyone for recommending others. Hopefully this will be alright. I've done batch sparging today. I don't know, I'm not convinced. The efficiency I've ended up with is 74.7, which is, you know, roughly where I always am anyway, probably. And I wasn't too sure, because it's been a while since I've done batch sparging, and I can't remember how long you rest it for. So I did 10 minutes. But I do remember seeing somewhere that people just put the water in, give it a massive stir, and then drop it straight away. That's probably what I'll do next time, but I did 10 minutes because I just wasn't sure. Mash temp, I posted something on BrewTube, but if you're not on BrewTube, basically I was aiming for 65 degrees and I ended up with 67. I left the mash tun open and it would not cool down, and I didn't want to put cold water in that, because when I've done that before it's gone down to the low 60s and I don't want that. So I left it open, and in the end I left it open for 45 minutes. Took a temperature reading and it was still at 67. So I closed the lids, left it another half an hour, opened it, reading, it was around 67, a little bit under, but so 67 should be alright. Dropkick Nate. That's all I'm gonna say really is, yeah, it's a beautiful colour. It probably is more, it's probably a little bit more bitter than it should be. That's because I think I know why now. Tell you what I do, I've been doing the drop it to 80 degrees at the end of the boil, and then put your hops in and steep for half an hour. And what I probably should do is just leave it alone, but I don't. I move it around every 5 minutes around the boil, around the pot, and up and down, and I think by doing that I've extracted too many oils, and that might be the reason why my beers have been too bitter recently. Cheers, Nate, because fantastic beer. So much better than my first attempt. But this is like a completely different beer. I'm really happy with this. It's just so refreshing. Just a nice light pale ale, quite juicy. It's not going to last long in that keg, I tell you that. I forgot to mention the hop schedule earlier. The reason why, I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm bittering with Columbus. I think I'm going to go with 30 grams, and then I'm going to put Centennial in 5 minutes, and then the old steep with 50 grams of Cascade and whatever I've got left over from the other two hops. They're all in 50 gram packets, so overall 50 grams of each. Just trying to figure out where to put them all. It's boiling. Oh yeah. So, I'm going to pop in my hop spider, like that, and I've ended up with 30 grams of Columbus. So I messed that up a bit. I wanted to bitter with 30 grams. For some reason I did 20 grams and I didn't realise till now. So I've played about with everything. So I'm going with, I've already measured this out. So 35 grams Centennial, going in. Now, with 5 minutes left, 50 grams Cascade and 15 Centennial, which I've put in there, and that'll go in the steep. And then I've got the 30 grams of Columbus. So I'm just going to chuck them in the steep as well. Give it a bit of Columbus aroma, whatever that is. I just want to say, pop this in, and we're getting, yeah, it's hot. Yeah, 99.8, 99.9, 101, 100.1. You get the idea. 100 degrees, boiling. I just want to say these things are shit. So it reads 93.6, 93.8 for basically it hovers around 93 and 94. It's 100 degrees. It's boiling water. It's 100 degrees. So I'm really disappointed with this. It's not correct. So there's no point in it really. And I don't know how to I don't know how to fix it. So I've just put my steep hops in. Like I said, what I normally do is I play about, I move it around every 5 minutes and I push up and down. So I've decided what I'm going to do is I've got my big paddle. Just going to give it a good old stir. Create this kind of whirlpool inside the spider. And I'll just leave it. So I just want to add, it's been a lovely day today. I've been indoors, of course, doing this. Typical, because I would have loved to have been at the allotment today, so I've planned that wrong. But I just want to say, when it's nice weather outside, it's bone dry on the ceiling. Oh, you all know what I'm talking about. The amount of times I've had to get the towel up there because it's all dripping. Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But when it's nice weather outside, guys, something to look forward to. No steam. So I think that's been a successful brew day. I haven't taken a measurement yet. We're currently at 60 degrees, just cooling, chilling down. I don't know why you guys bother with those cubes, because I'm more than happy just to chill with the water chiller, because it takes me that amount of time to clean up, and I'm just aware now that my fermenter is in the loft, so I'm going to have to go to the loft and I'm going to have to give that a good old scrub. By the time I've done all that, this will be about 25-ish degrees. One thing though is I use a copper coil water chiller, and I don't really clean it. I have to admit, I don't really clean it. I give it a good old scrub with this and Fairy Liquid, and that's about all I've been doing this whole time. So I really need to soak that into something, but I don't know what, and I don't want to ruin it. So advice, people, shall I got here from our best friend's malt miller, sodium percarbonate. Shall I soak it in that or not? I eventually want to upgrade to a stainless steel one, but I'm still unemployed, aren't I? So, updates on that job. I mentioned previous videos, didn't get that one. So I had another interview on Tuesday. Yeah, I had another interview on Tuesday. I think it went well. I'm still waiting. Fucking, that's 11 interviews I've had now since Christmas. What is wrong with me? Why does no one want to hire me? I don't know. I don't fucking know. but they don't, so it is what it is. I've rambled on a bit in this video. It might be too long, I don't care. I haven't really bothered with much cinematography or whatever, so it probably isn't much for me to edit later, and I really enjoy that, just putting it all together, putting the music on. I love that, and but I haven't really bothered with that today, so there's a few bits I'll try and do that. Maybe you'll see, maybe you've already seen that. Okay, so on BrewTube, I asked everyone about getting a 25 gram sack, 25 kilogram sack, and I got many responses. Thank you very much, everyone. But in the end, I decided if I had 25 grams of Maris Otter, pale malt, whatever, every time I put a recipe together, that's going to be in the back of my head. I must use that. I must use that up. And like, for example, the recipe I used today, I went with Pilsner malt. What I'm brewing next, I'm using Pilsner malt again. So I figured that's probably not a good idea. So what I did, I went to Malt Miller. I put together 4 recipes. I already had all the hops, so I put together 4 grain recipes in the past week, and I just got them delivered today. So I've got 4 brews all planned. More about that later. So it's like 25 degrees, so I'm going to take a reading for you. This is what I usually do. Pull that bit out. Oh, that's looking good. I always dump that bit. So that was 10:55. Recipe I put together was aiming for 10:61. But that's on the assumption that my brew house is 70%. I've had a play with Beersmith. To get 10:55, then my brew house efficiency is actually 63%. So I'm gonna keep doing this the next few brews, just to see what my actual brew house efficiency is. And I actually need to figure out some numbers and things, and I'm blurring because I've had a few beers. As you saw, that was quite murky, that was quite muddy. Here's that sample that I took. It is thick, really thick. However, a few litres in and it did get nice and clear for a brown ale anyway, you know what I mean. So hopefully all the murky stuff falls to the bottom. I think I'm not gonna dry hop this, because you know it's enough. So I'm not going to dry hop it. In total I used 150 grams of hops, so that's a lot for a brown ale. And yeah, I'm going to cold crash and hopefully it all falls to the bottom and I get a nice brown ale. So yeah, that's the end of this video. So it's Friday. I think I'm going to drink more. Why not? So, till next time guys, here's the old fermenter. Doesn't she look beautiful? See you later.